I mean, look, you can say a lot about Caitlin Clark's politics or whatever, but she's never blatantly come out and directly dogged out anybody on the right. We've seen what she has said about the fans. Something came across my Twitter earlier. I asked, is this one of her deleted posts from back in the day? They said, well, probably. This is probably, it was certainly one of her ex-Twitter. You've got a 70% new fan base that is not like the previous WNBA fans. Sorry, not sorry. Keeping it real, whatever. Brianna Turner. How many times did I say Taylor in this video? I don't know. Wow. Who knows?
Have you ever said something online and immediately regretted it? Well, Brianna Turner just took that to a whole new level. She's got an entire fan base wanting her gone. I've been there, saying stuff I shouldn't have on social media. But this is next level. Let's see how Turner's handling the backlash, and if there's any way she can turn this around. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. You won't believe how quickly things went south for Brianna Turner. One minute she's the Fever's new defensive superstar, and the next, she's public enemy #1. It's like she stepped on a landmine made of tweets. So picture this. Turner signs with Indiana, and everyone's psyched. Fans are dreaming of blocked shots and lockdown defense. But then, bam, old tweets start popping up faster than popcorn in a microwave. And these aren't just any tweets. Turner's taking shots at Iowa's NCAA runner-up celebration. You know, the team led by none other than Caitlin Clark, the basketball sensation everyone's talking about. Now most players would backpedal faster than a point guard on defense. Not Turner. She's digging her heels in like she's guarding the paint. She's telling fans to hit that unfollow button if they don't like what she's saying.
Signing by the Indiana Fever. And I was like, my goodness, what are we doing exactly? Now, I would think, look, I'm in Texas, when all of a sudden coming across my feed was one Brianna Turner from the Indiana Fever firing shots towards the fan base. And she takes a blatant shot at Texans in her timeline. The Indiana Fever just signed if you drew up a political activist, it is what it is. Here we go. We talked about what? They wanted a strong locker room, a locker room that wasn't going to explode, a locker room that wasn't going to blow up.
Can you imagine? It's like she's daring her own fan base to turn on her. Let's break this down for a second. Turner's not just disagreeing with fans, she's going full-on rebel mode. She's basically saying, hey, new team, new city, don't care what you think. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for her. The fans, they're losing their minds. It's like watching a bunch of refs after a controversial call. They're calling for Turner to be cut before she even puts on a Fever jersey. Talk about a tough crowd. But here's where it gets really wild. Turner's not backing down. Nope, she's doubling down harder than a blackjack player with an 11. She's out here saying she won't change for anyone. It's like she's trying to start a one-woman war against the entire Indiana fan base. You know what's crazy? It took Turner less than 24 hours to get into this Twitter tangle with fans. That's gotta be some kind of record for alienating a new fan base. It's like she speedran the how to lose fans and alienate people challenge. But wait, there's more. One fan actually made a pretty good point. They said this whole mess shows how tough it is for athletes to balance their personal beliefs with what fans expect from them, especially in this age of social media where every tweet can become a headline. Alright, let's talk about the Caitlin Clark effect and why Turner's timing couldn't be worse. Imagine this. You're the Indiana Fever, and you just hit the jackpot with the most hyped rookie in years. Everyone's talking about your team, ticket sales are through the roof, and fans are buzzing with excitement. But then, bam, one of your players decides to start some Twitter drama. Talk about terrible timing.
I mean, literally come in, light it on fire, and burn the entire locker room down, and immediately raise the antennas of anybody in the fan base that's actually paying attention. The Indiana Fever clearly, I'm sorry, I've actually had some people unsubscribe Did you really think I wasn't going to say anything about this? I mean, there's no way. Are we in a situation now with the Indiana Fever? Does their front office understand exactly what their new fan base is? And by new fan base, I mean actual fans. Not a chance. So everybody was worrying about her stance that she had taken against the fan base and yada, yada, yada in the past. We all, as soon as we saw the signing, we went.
The Fever are about to be in the spotlight like never before. Clark's bringing national attention to the team, and it's supposed to be their moment to shine. But now, instead of talking about Clark's incredible skills, everyone's focused on Turner's Twitter feed. It's like a car crash you can't look away from. You know what's crazy? The pressure on the Fever is insane right now. They've got all these new fans ready to pack the arena, but now they're worried Turner's gonna mess it all up. It's like planning the perfect party and then realizing your cousin might show up and ruin everything. Let's talk about team chemistry for a second. How's this drama going to affect the locker room? Will other players take sides? Experts say this kind of social media mess can really mess with a team's performance. Imagine trying to focus on the game when half your teammates are giving each other the side eye. The front office must be freaking out. They thought they were getting a defensive star, but now they've got a PR nightmare on their hands. It's like ordering a pizza and getting a box full of angry bees instead. They're probably in panic mode, trying to figure out how to keep the team together and keep the fans happy at the same time. Here's the real question. Can Turner handle the intense scrutiny that comes with playing alongside Caitlin Clark? Because right now, it's not looking good. Every move she makes on and off the court is going to be under a microscope. One wrong step and the fans might turn on her even more. You know what's even crazier? This whole situation is like a replay of other sports drama we've seen before.
I mean, look, they just inherited like three times or 4 times larger fan base than they ever had before. Who do you think we are exactly? I'm just wondering. It doesn't sound great. Is she actually going to keep her hands off of her off her phone, the Twitter feed? Are you going to keep your Twitter fingers to yourself? The answer is absolutely not. Look, I think this team's going to be a lot better. I know Stephanie White's trying to build defense. I get it. Find it somewhere else. I'm just going to keep it real here. Find it somewhere else. Not a day, really. We saw the Indiana Fever shooting out social media posts earlier like crazy. And people on their feed were literally like saying, look, this is enough, okay? We're not a fan of this signing.
It's a reminder of how quickly things can go south for a player. One minute, you're the new signing everyone's excited about. The next, you're public enemy number 1. You know what's crazy? The Indiana Fever's front office is in a seriously tight spot right now. They've got to choose between backing Turner and making fans even angrier, or cutting her loose to keep the peace. That's a lose-lose situation if I've ever seen one. Imagine this. Turner stays and the fans are fuming. The whole season could go up in flames before it even starts. But if they drop her, it might mess up the team's chemistry big time. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. This Turner drama isn't just some minor hiccup. It's like a ticking time bomb for the Fever season. Will they defuse it in time? Or is this whole thing gonna blow up in their faces? I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see how this all plays out.